Hey guys, welcome back to Playing in Space with Planet Head. This is a little bit of a strange time to be doing this. I'm doing a video because I woke up and I couldn't fall back asleep again. So it's like about 5 o'clock in the morning. Brain is all muddled just because of working night shift, day shift. And I thought I'd just play some Eve, and then I realized I got about an hour till downtime. So um, keep this one real simple, I think. Um, I haven't replied to some of the comments lately, only because I just haven't had the time. So I thought I would just uh, do some of that here at the end of the video, because I think some guys brought up some really good points, and I know I saw some of the comments while I was just kind of fiddling around on my phone last couple of days, and I just haven't had the time to reply to them. So I thought I'd just go ahead and take care of that here, and then also. I wanted to give you guys an update on two things. Number one, if you watched the last video, um, I'm going to show you where that first market trade that I put out there to test things is, and then also want to give you guys an update as to where I am on my ultimate goal of going toward a mega. Um, and I've set a benchmark there where I want to be for that, and how I'm going to do it. And but I don't really know what I'm going to do once I get to Omega. So that is really wide open there. As always, just a little bit of a reminder or heads up. If this is your first time watching the videos, this is these aren't tutorial videos. It's me kind of doing a blog of my adventures returning to Eve after a break of about 6 or 7 months. Um, and just having a little bit of fun with an alpha character and getting back into the game. And if you want to check it out from chronological order, there is a playlist down in the description, and you can start from the beginning. If not, blah 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 blah. Alrighty, let's just jump into her here right after I grab a little bit of coffee. Oh, I just realized I was gonna change mugs out since the last one. I will say this: I think my co-pilot here, since it is 5 o'clock in the morning, we may not see her other than if you can see behind me there, she is passed out behind me. So maybe uninterrupted for once in a video. But okay, so quick updates. Number one is where am I at as far as my goal of being able to buy Plex? Now, just a little bit of a heads up. Me having the goal of being able to buy Plex doesn't mean I'm going to buy Plex, or buy a month subscription with Plex. It means that's the goal that I want to get to. And then at that point, I'll probably end up just paying for a monthly account. But that will have made me enough ISK that if I'm not able to get an account or pay for it right away, I've got that right there. I've got that little nest egg of ISK that I can use for different things. Um, but in general, I have no problems paying, whatever the fee is if I really like a game. I don't play a lot of games anymore, so it's really all I do, and a little bit of Fallout 4 and a little bit of solitaire on my Kindle. um, so, but I'm not real far along. A couple episodes ago, I told you about I set up the corporation, the tax shelter, where all my bounties and all of my um, fees go into. 90% of those go into just the taxes, whereas the market trading that I'm trying to get into with this character, which we'll talk about in a little while, will be my slush fund, my fun money, my buy new ships and things like that. At least while I'm doing this alpha side of it. Keep it simple. That's all I'm trying to do with this. So, right now, I think it's been a couple of days since I created the corporation. I'm at 40 million ISK in bounties and fees. That will escalate as I do more missions, and especially once I get to your level 3 missions. I'm still only doing level 2 missions. I'm not trying to push myself. Um, I found that once you start pushing yourself, for me, it no longer becomes as fun. The number is there, not the actual fun of getting there, but the gradual progression will get there. So I'm only at 40 million ISK. So in general, la 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 da, where is my calculator? I had it up a second ago. There we go. So right now, if you look at the market, um, right now, ISK and Dodixie, now this is in JITA, so probably a little bit less in JITA, I'm not sure, is going for roughly 6 million ISK per Plex. You need 275 million Plex, or I'm sorry, 275 Plex to buy a monthly subscription. So you just take your 275, multiply it by 6 million. Roughly, I need 1.650 billion ISK to buy a monthly subscription for Eve. So I have 40 million ISK. So I think I'm going to roughly estimate that's like 2%. We're going to say 40 million, blah, 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 divided by 1.650 billion. Yep, 2.42%. So I'm not very far along. Like I said, this should ramp up as I go along. Maybe I'll give an update every couple weeks or every week or so as to where I'm at with it. I've kind of got two goals. Well, I'm looking to get the Plex up there, or when my skills max out. If my skills max out at the 5 million skill points, then I got to make a choice. Do I go Omega, or do I create a second character on the account as uh, a bonus to this account? So a lot of time, a lot of stuff to mess around with. I've probably got at least a month until I get enough skills to actually get up there, if not more. So not too worried about it. That's where I'm at there. Second one, if you watch my last video, it was about I built the let's see here, the omnidirectional links. Where are you there? Tracking links. I built 10 of those, put them up for sale. That's where I was debating on, okay, these cost so little and they're selling for so much. Why is that happening? Could I sell them quickly? None of them sold. Even though I had the lowest price, somebody undercut me. And then I debated on, okay, is this one of the market wars that are going on? Give you a quick update on that. Um, so let's see here. There's my market there. Oh, I was already in the market. This is how you think at 5 o'clock in the morning. So my market orders, I still have 10 sitting out there. So none of them has sold, even though whenever I originally put them up for a price, they were at 600,000 ISK. And the lowest price on the market was 700,000 ISK. So let's take a look at it here real quick. So show info. Nope, nope, I want to do the market on that, don't I? View market details. There we go. So when I put these 10 up for sale, the lowest price one was 730,000 ISK. I was just trying to see if I could get rid of them because I was still going to make a huge profit on them. Put them up there for 600,000. Then somebody undercut me. Now this and I remember directly, okay. See, now I'm seeing here. 19. Okay. So I think it was this fellow here. Now, I don't know if this order is the same one as the other one that was there, but guy put 3 of them up for sale at 100 ISK less than what I did. Looking at this now, somebody else has jumped in and undercut him with 80 of them, or 79 of them, maybe 80, for 100 less than. Oh, I just got an invitation to join. Hey, you know what? That's actually content. Content just popped up. Okay, we'll do that after this one. Then if we have time, we'll go into the comments. Um, so here we go. Long story short, it looks like somebody else came in and undercut him by 100 ISK. And so he turned around, possibly. I'm not completely sure. This is where we're learning. Show info. Can you see who's, no, that doesn't say. Does it say who's actually selling it? By this location? I don't know. By this, so I don't think it actually, if you guys know, I don't think it tells you who is actually selling the item. I need to minimize that, get rid of that there, so you can see this easier, hopefully. Maybe there's a way to see who's selling it or not, but what I'm thinking here is the guy who originally put the 3 up that was 100 less than me, then undercut the other guy to still try to sell his 3. So he's paid money to readjust his sale. So they're fighting amongst each other. Now I could get into this, but this is a test. I really want to see what's going on here. I'm going to leave my 600. I've got 12 days on this, where these guys are putting these out there for 90 days. I got 12 days. I'm just going to let it ride. I want to see how this market works. These probably won't sell now, because if you notice here, this guy put 80 of them up for sale, and I think only like 6 or 10 of these sell a day. So it would take quite some time. So I'm probably going to run out of my time. I could very easily go to Dodixie, modify my order to be lower than these guys, but they could just jump over me as well. I don't want to get into one of that, especially when I haven't invested a lot of money. This is just a test, so we're going to keep watching this and see how things turn out. And not going to worry about it too much. Kind of interesting. I'm learning a lot just by watching this going on. So much involved, I think, with market trading and stuff like that. I think if you learn how to do this, it can actually open your mind to the real world a little bit more and see how things are going on out there. So way too long of a rabbit hole to go down there. Okay, so we're gonna shift. We're gonna shift instead of going to the comments right away. I don't know who this group is. They just invited me to join their corp. I want to see what their message is here. So let's see here. Agents, contracts, corporate, invited to join Kill Switch Inc. So, and this is the message here. My name is, I would like you to join my corporation, Kill Switch Inc. You may choose to accept it. Okay, so I think this is the generic one that gets sent out. I don't know. Well, I can find out. Yeah, this, it looks like it's the generic, um, invitation that it sends out. So let's go take a look at Kill Switch Inc. I'm not exactly 100% sure all the different things you can look at as far as corporation. Right now, I'm not really looking to join anything right away, but just some general stuff. I like the description. Let's have fun. Okay, you know what? A lot of people put a lot of stuff in there. I think if what we'll see where they're at here. I'm wondering if this guy just created the corp. Let's look at their attributes. So there's 15 members to this. They have a Discord set up. And when were they create? And their ISK tax rate is 5%, so that's not too bad. See, that's a tough part. You know, these taxes or anything that you're giving to a corporation, you don't know where that's going toward. But it's also kind of neat to do something with a corporation that just started. When did this corporation get created? I don't think it's on here. Standings. Wait, are they war eligible? They are war eligible. So that tells me they probably have a station someplace, or something. They were created in December of 2023. Okay, I thought this might be a new corporation, but it's been around for a little while. And they're part of a alliance, or they were part of an alliance. Let's see here. So that's important. They were part of the Black Federation Alliance, but looks like they just left that federation about 4 days ago. I don't know what that means. Could be that somebody created this corporation a while back, left the game, came back. I'm just trying to figure out where they're coming from here. Um, and then when they came back, they left the alliance, or something else could have happened. But I'm just trying to figure out why here. It looks like they were built in December 1st, 2023, so a little bit less than a year, if I'm adding correctly, at 5 o'clock in the morning. We got and they have one active war, Frankfurt Institute of Advanced Studies versus Kill Switch. Who is the Frankfurt Institute? I see. I'm more interested in that. Um, what? Who are they? Who comes up with that name? Um, so they've been in a couple wars here. Maybe that's why. Um, maybe maybe this corporation um, that is trying to recruit me just left the alliance that was on. There's too much to think about there. So in general, those are some things in game that you can look at. Um, Out of game, there's a lot of stuff that you can look at on a corporation to see where they're at. So let's see if I'm going to just pull up Zkill board here real quick. I know there's a lot of other things that you can do, but we're going to go Zkill board. I just want to see what kind of shenanigans this little corporation has gotten into. Doo, doo, doo. And what was the name of you again? That was Kill Switch Inc. So, Kill Switch Inc. Okay. So they've lost 11 and not killed anybody, so they're very snugly. The ships that they've lost looks like mostly mining ships. Um, Looks like they lost a couple. Actually, today they just lost um, a couple of mining ships, and then is that an Algos? So, and then back in November they lost a couple mining ships. So, a little bit of stuff going on there. A couple retrievers, and oh, well, this is interesting. So they lost the retrievers in uh, one of them in 1.0 space to the Frankfurt Institute for Advanced Technologies. um, and you know what? I just realized why um, I like that name, because when I was a little kid, um, I had the worst joke in the world that I would do to people. And this is terrible. It's terrible. I remember I would go up to people and say, "How do you pronounce the capital of Kentucky?" And I would say, "Is it pronounced Louisville or Louisville?" And they would say one or the other, Louisville. I said, "No, it's Frankfurt." And because I wanted to be smart, it was the worst joke in the world. That's probably why I like this Frankfurt Institute. I know that's terrible. I'm gonna get off that. Then they also lost another ship here in Losec to a Goonswarm guy solo. So both of these were killed sololy. So interesting. So it looks like they mine a little. Not a whole lot going on there, but those are some things that you can do. Now, why they chose me to put an invitation to, maybe they've watched the videos. I don't know. The only thing there is I didn't get any message, so maybe they just looked me up and saw something. I don't know. That being that, let's go into some comments. And I think a lot of these are actually fairly helpful. Maybe I could explain myself a little bit more, but we're going to jump in. Got about 10 minutes. So let's see what we've got here. We're going to go to the dashboard here. Blah, blah, blah. A little slow. And then we're going to go to latest comments. I really appreciate all you guys putting those messages out there. It actually reminded me of a lot of stuff and learning a lot of stuff. Um, pull that over here and ooh, got a lot of comments. Shoot, I really should have replied to these a lot sooner. So let's go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to catch up on these. So let's see, 12 days ago. Yeah. Okay, let's just get started. So, oh, here's one other issue. I apologize. Uh, so I have a lot of the comments that come through, there's some sort of delay in YouTube. And sometimes I won't get comments until 4 or 5 days or maybe even a week after somebody has posted them in there. So that's why sometimes I'm delayed on replying. I really need to catch up on these. Um, let's just go straight through them here. I'm not going to type a whole lot. Let's see here. So that's on the remodel. Looking forward to level threes. Oh, so remodel on the ship. Yeah, it's going to be a little while before I get to the level threes, Dark Anim. Um, I want to take my time um, and just kind of keep doing level twos. I am going to start sneaking in a few easy level threes. I really don't think this cruiser is anywhere near ready to go for that, and I'm still learning different things with it, so I want to keep it that way. But I appreciate that. Um, Lieutenant Commander, and also, uh, oh, so I think in the video here, he brings up the fact that I thought I saw a bug. That's where with the agents, when you go to do a mission, some of the missions don't give you the nice little um, uh, tracking or tells you how to do each mission on the left-hand side or the window that says, hey, warp here. Hey, jump three, set a destination. Hey, go blow up that brothel. Um, Figured that out. There's a slight bug that sometimes it turns it off. But if you go into agents, no, it's not agency. It's not agency. I keep messing that up. If you go into your opportunities, okay, come on. And I don't have a current mission that I'm doing. Um, but I think I've got a mission I'm currently doing. Agent missions. Oh, these are opportunities. But if I want to, if you left click or right click on the actual mission, if it doesn't, if the tracking of the mission and giving those pointers doesn't show up, it's very easy to fix. All you got to do is pull up your opportunities, go and find the mission, and then scroll down and hit track, and it will reset it for you. So I don't know, maybe there's something that I'm doing that's causing it to go away and I have to reboot it up. Maybe there's just something, a little bit of a glitch in the system, but I have found that this is the fix for that. Um, so no real bug report needed, I don't think. It's probably something dumb that I'm doing that's causing that. Um, I can tell you I do dumb things all the time. Uh, this is a hysterical one, getting off the Eve side, but staying on computers. Um, and I, I, I hate to admit this, but it's true. For for years, and I used to have issues. And if you can see my mouse thingy here, I would be sitting here and I'd be playing, and this goes back to when I had uh, this is a long time ago, a roller ball on my mouse. But I would be using my mouse and suddenly it would just twitch left or right, left or right. I'm like, what is going on here? And then it would go away. Then it would come back and left or right, and I'd change out the battery. I'd clean out the roller ball. Later on, I would try to wipe away the wiper thing, and I'd be like, "Oh, the mouse must be going wrong, going bad, blah 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 blah." For years, I was doing this. Then sooner or later, I would just go buy another mouse and it worked fine for a little while. And then that mouse would still hurt. And then I'd get a new computer or something like that. And same thing, years, years, years. And um, I realized, and this is the stupidest part of this, my left thumb, so I'm using my mouse on the right hand. My left thumb, every once in a while, would be sitting on the mouse pad, the pad that's on the laptop, and it would cause the mouse to jitter. There was nothing broken. So this is what I say, and I would be buying a mouse every year or every 6 months because I thought things were broken on it, and it wasn't. Um, this is where I say maybe I'm doing something inside the game that's causing the opportunities to go away. And I'm not even paying attention to it. So that's one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life. I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, but that was going on for a long time. And then when you do it, you almost don't want to admit to it. But I like to admit to my stupid things. All right. So, la la la. Got about 4 minutes left. I got way too many comments to go through here. Let's go back. Uh, Thank you so much, Arcanum. And then basic skills, put in explore skills aren't wasted because it's one of the most accessible and easiest ways. Yeah, 100%. Um, Giaja, 5017. Um, I'm staying a little bit away from the exploration side of it because I've always gone that way. It's the fastest way I think you can make quick ISK at the beginning of the game. And you can learn a ton from it, from directional scanning, from flying all over the parts of the Eve universe, seeing all sorts of different things, learning how to dodge and get through gate camps and things like that, and setting up save points. I've done all that, but 100% basic skill explorer points are so simple to get up and running. I think it's very much worthwhile. Even if you're not using it a whole lot, it's been helpful to me in playing it now. So 100% agree with you there. One of the things you don't find looking for is this. Wait, one of those things you don't find when you go looking, but now you know they exist and can spot them if you happen to happen by at the right moment. Okay, Empire Border. Oh, okay. So this was in reply to the Empire Border Rare Asteroids. 100%, using that phrase way too much in this video, but Troy McKay, um, totally agree with you here. Um, as soon as you sent me this video, I was able to actually, or it gave me the hint about um, the rare asteroids. I was able to fly out and get enough. Uh, there was one that randomly popped up one system away. I was able to get enough, not titanium, the one that I really needed, megasite, to build my first Vexor. And then it went away. And that rare asteroid site hasn't shown up again. Let's check and see if it's here now. Do, do, do. Resource harvesting. And they randomly pop up all over the place, but I almost check every other day to see if there's one, because if I get ore pretty quickly, I will. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, nothing right here. So, but I will check, and if I can jump in there and grab some, I will, but I don't want to make my life about mining. Cool. Um, there we go. You want to put a small capacitor battery in the empty slot. It will help you stay cap stable. And the other option is a resist amp and a low swap out one of the drone damage amps. So a resistance amplifier. Okay, so he's saying when I was building, I think this is when I was building either the Tristan or the Vexor, he's saying to throw a capacitor battery to help with my capacitor loss, which I 100% agree. Um, I think, isn't there something too, I might be wrong with this, but doesn't the capacitor battery also give you a little bit of defense of having your battery being attacked? I might be wrong with that. It's been a while. But there's something else out there that does that. And then he also says to switch out the damage, uh, an option. He's not saying to do this, but an option. I agree with the option part of it. To remove out the drone damage amplifier and throw in more of a resistance so I can be out there longer. This is the balance, 100%. The balance of do you put in more defense at the um, do you tank more versus doing more damage, or can you kill things faster before they're able to do the damage to you that makes you fly away? 100%. Those are two good, really points, Michael Reed. So appreciate that. Dotland will tell you agents and belts. Yeah. Kasperius, again, thanks so much for jumping back in. Good to see you, buddy. Um, hold on. You drink some coffee. There we go. Um, I think I talked about this in a video or two ago. Really helpful. This really helped me in my research of different agents. Still going to help me in the future. I'm going to throw that into my regular searching out of things. And luckily, you guys can't see. I just spit a little bit out of my mouth because I just drank that coffee, but I don't think it showed up on the screen. Um, let's see here. A little over 30 minutes. So Jolly Green Tank 1131. On my Alpha account, I have a dedicated salvage. Oh, this was again really good point. I did this currently. He created a dedicated salvage ship. I did a video about this about 2 or 3 days ago. So I am reading your messages and doing the videos and upgrading my game. I just haven't had the time to reply to you guys. So I really appreciate these. I created, after I read this, I created the salvage ship. I took it out to where I'm doing my missions. And I'm using that every other mission. If there's some really good salvage out there, it's going to be really, really helpful when I get to those level 3s, because that's when you get the good salvage, when you start killing some battleships and stuff like that. So, and battle cruisers, I think. Um, where the Vexor has no guns, check the afterburner. Often it's oversized, allows you to speed tank rats. Ah, okay. This makes sense. I think in this video I had gone through some Vexor fits that I was looking for through on the Killboard, and he brings up the fact that they may have removed the guns off of those Vexors. I was wondering, were these Vexors who were fleeted up in a multi-boxer? He's saying that they remove off the guns and so they can upgrade the um, the afterburner to a large afterburner so that they can speed tank and not get hit and just use their drones for damage. Never would have thought of it. I might use it now in some fashion at some point. It's in the head, it's in my noggin. I may mess around with that at some point. Thank you, Nigel. Appreciate that. Um, Oh, I hate missing out on this. I must have sneezed. I don't know what it is with me. I sneeze on this about every 10th episode. Was down in low sec with a rifter, looking for trouble. Found it, warped in on a Valgar, one shot blap. Never saw yellow or red boxing. Second rifter, I caught Governor Defang Chew. Um, wait, through its shields, half hull, his help arrived, blap me in 20 seconds. Lessons learned is Alpha 1. Um, when they have a Vargar, don't engage, don't give them a chance. 2, when you finally pin down a target and are killing it, expect multi-boxing to come. Yeah, so okay, before I go over that one. So Dark Anim has two messages here. He's talking about the fact that I only have 86 million. Yeah, 100% agree with you, Dark. Um, it'll take a while. It's gonna ramp up. All this stuff that I'm doing right now, it's gonna ramp up. I talked about that earlier. But he talks here about his experience doing a little bit of um, PvP. And there is a lot more involved with PvP. But when I went and played a year and a half ago, I tried to get a little bit into it, and um, it's got to be what you really want to do. I'm going to say that right now. There's some really good PvPers out there. I think it can be a lot of fun. Um, it's very similar. I think once you start branching off into these different realms of how you want to play the game, that's what you should do all the time. Do you want to be a fleet commander? Do you want to be the PvP person? Do you want to be a multi-box miner? Do you want to do the markets? Um, I was trying to do PvP part-time, like in when I say PvP, I mean like going to low sec and picking fights. And I think honestly, if you're going to want to have a to win kill ratio on that, to really be good at it, you've got to do that full time. I've watched some videos on it. There's a lot of people out there like professional PvPers out there, just like any FPSs, stuff like that. And a lot of these guys have been doing it for a long, long time. Um, and when I tried to do it, I found that the only guys that I could really have a chance of killing were the bots. Maybe a few guys who were on the same level as me, but it was far and few between. Um, or somebody that was AFK. If I got lucky enough, and very rarely was I able to ever snag anybody in a Plex who was farming it, but even then, it wasn't really a fight. Um, my personal opinion is if you really want to just PvP, and have fun. Um, do it with friends. You know, fight amongst it. Make two corporations, build ships, learn from each other, go after each other, go to war with each other. You can make up fleets or ships and fit them out so that they're similar but not overpowered. Like give yourselves, a certain level of ship that you can build and do, and then bet on it or something like that, like a beer or something like that. Um, if you don't want to do PvP full time, but still have fun at it. If you really want to win at PvP, I really think you got to do that full time, especially like when I'm saying the low sec PvP. Um, Null sec, when you're doing the big fleet battles, I think you don't have to do that all the time. Although I know that a lot of the fleet commanders have to do it all the time. That's all they do. Uh, but yeah, so I've caught up on some of these. I hope some of that's helpful. I'm going to just reply to each one of these saying, hey, thanks so much. I actually replied to this in the this current video. Um, so I really appreciate you guys' comments. I'd like to do this like every 2 weeks or so. Um, at the end of a video, because it's kind of fun and it reminds me of different things and gives you guys a shout out, and maybe some of the people who don't read comments out there. I will say this very end, and then I'll end the video. I reserve the right as the creator of this account that doesn't make any money because it's not a big account. I will delete anything out there that I feel inappropriate if it's coming down on anybody or doing anything. I just always want to say that I won't mess around. I'm not going to deal with anybody who's trolling anybody else or anything like that. If it doesn't feel right in my gut, and I haven't had any issues with that right now, had a little bit of it 2 or 3 years ago, but I'm just not going to mess around. There's no reason to. It's not like there's plenty of other stuff people can watch on YouTube. So, but I really appreciate you guys throwing stuff in here. And I've learned from it. Obviously, you've seen. So please keep firing away. I do read them. I just sometimes don't have the time to reply right away. But I'll be sitting there on my phone. Oh, a scavenger ship. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that when I get home because I'm at work and I'm at lunch and I'm like, so Casparius, Darkanum, all you other guys that are out there, awesome. Hey, that's all I got for today. Actually, this video went better than I thought it was going to at 5 o'clock in the morning. Other than that, oh my goodness. Oh no, okay. Looking at my hat, it looked like it was. Never mind. Other than that, hey, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly hard like you want. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.